So let's see what is up with the Valkyrie HQ. Which we pretty much were able to decode when we first saw it, but now we're going to get more context, I think. Now that we've saved 2 of them.
This is it, right? The rock store?
Aye, lad. The Council of Valkyries.
The Valkyries are of Valhalla, are they not?
Glad to see you're paying attention, brother. You are correct. Valhalla, the great hall of the Einherjar, is their home within Asgard. But while there, they are subject to the scrutiny of the All-Father himself. And relations between the Valkyries and Odin were tense during my tenure as his advisor.
Why?
Well, that's an even longer story, lad. For now, why don't we look around for some clues?
Place the 8 helms. I have 2, of course.
Whoa, you're back. Hello?
I don't think she can hear you, lad. The helms must only retain but a small portion of their owner. I'd wager the rest is in transit to Valhalla to try and fix the mess left by their absence.
Man, who is she?
Gunnar, Mistress of War. After any conflict, big or small, she would be first on the scene, sussing out the worthy spirits for a free trip to Valhalla. A gruesome task, but she took great pride in it.
Any conflict. Impossible.
It's true. She had help from her sisters, of course, but Gunnar was always first to arrive. Her judgment of the fallen was unparalleled, and an invaluable resource to Odin. She was one of his favorites.
And how'd that work out for her?
This, my friends, is Kara. Now, Valkyries are volatile by nature, but Kara, the lass is wild storm personified.
A wild storm.
Aye, calm and collected. Then the air would shift and the fury of her storm would unleash. It was beautiful in a way, assuming you could find proper shelter. Her tears would cleanse the blood-soaked battlefields.
Well, 2 down, 6 to go. I can only imagine they get harder, so that could be a huge problem for me. But hey, if I can make anything good out of their gear, maybe the future encounters get easier too. So this is worth ignoring for now. Yeah, these 2 are the same quest, essentially. And I don't think... yeah, I can't. Oops, how'd I get here? I must have pressed the... some kind of go to map button. Yeah, these are all basically untrackable. You just kind of find the Valkyries and just kind of find this thing. Just waiting for me somewhere. Oops, did I just press the wrong button? Track. Track. What? Yeah, square goes to map. How do I track? Oh, I think it's always tracked. I think you only choose which side quest you're currently going to track. And this main story is always tracked. So that was my mistake, looking for a tracking button where one will not be. And he's staring at me. You know, Jorgmurder's seemingly on my side, although it seems like he just... no, he's... maybe not. He seemed to cooperate with somebody a moment ago, so who knows. But if he is on my side, one might think that perhaps, perhaps other creatures that are normally against the Aesir would be on my side, like Hel and Fenrir. That'd be kind of interesting. Let's take our boy home, and also finally open that door.
So why do they call Odin the Lord of the Hang?
That refers to a modest example of Odin's thirst for knowledge. The time he spent 9 days a dead man, hung himself by the neck from Yggdrasil's branches, put his spear through his own side, and bled down into the Well of Destiny. He roamed the realms of the dead and plundered the world tree of its secrets, until I think quite rightly it got fed up with him and sent him back to the land of the living. Did I not mention he was barking mad?
The world tree itself expelled him. Interesting. Over there. Okay. And here we are. I've been here for a while. Anything to say? I can't actually go inside. So what kind of access do I have? Can I go all the way through the whole loop and stuff? That I only like half explored the first time around because I was still getting used to the overall loops of how this game works. Anything that decides to attack me around here isn't going to be worth half a damn unless they scale it up. Show all. So I guess I'm just going the straight up wrong way at the moment. How big was this area? I remember people were talking about me missing loot. Oh, there's one. So I was still getting my bearings back then. Figuring out what kind of game I'm even playing. That's where we fought the wolves at the very beginning. Oh. Level 4. Whoa, you're hardy. Oh, he's still around. That's fixable.
I'm on your side.
Really? I would have thought that that was going to be a collectible. I don't remember if I got them all the first time around or what. I remember going that way. And that's, yeah, that's our first ever puzzle chest. You. I never found my way to you. How in the actual fuck? It's interesting having Kratos' limitations too. He just kind of has boundaries that keep him from getting around. When he could so easily hop down there and then back up, because he can very easily traverse those kinds of jumps. Just not when I'm controlling him. Like, what? There must be, yeah, there must be a continuous cave that goes from one of those other places. You can't just hop down. Is it just a regular ass door? It is just a regular ass door. Nope, can't open it yet. Wolfie, no. No, not more. I don't think he survived. Just gonna come out and blow your mind with that right now. I don't think he made it.
Wanna see what we can trade those for?
Hey, that's the last one. Oh, it's just hack silver. It's just money, huh? Ah. I bet that was part of some sort of pool of collectibles that gave you increased health or rage. I bet it was something like that. But then they decided, but then I got enough from the area that it counted as like the collective pool. Because I think there's supposed to be more of them in the game than you need. Kratos, your hitbox. Are you okay? How'd this work again?
Something up there.
Was it that the other one let me through after I went through the first time? Was it as simple as release it and then I get through? Oh yeah, yeah it was. That's all there was to it. That led to my first lore wall thing. We should be on our way. Yep. And now we've looped back around to here. Alright. Got to deal with the chest though. I never got the first time around. And here we had our first big fight. I completed the set.
I'll scout ahead.
It's neat seeing it all again. Your way of traversing is so different once the actual foes have been cleared. Get over here.
Almost ready.
We are done here.
Well, he was durable, if a bit non-threatening.
next to Mother's garden this whole time. No wonder we can never get in there.
Makes you wonder what might have happened if Odin decided to come back to this particular location while it was under her protection. Also, if she was mortal, I'm curious about her ability to protect this entire area herself. Why does she have some kind? Why does she have this kind of domain? Is mortal magic that powerful? Or is he lying about her being mortal? Or does he not know that she wasn't mortal if she wasn't? Which I don't know.
There's something I can't figure out. Odin wants to prevent Ragnarok, but the serpent's already been there and seen it. So hasn't he already failed?
Fate's a tricky thing, lad. And Odin's just arrogant enough to think he can get the best of it.
Fate is another lie told by the gods. Nothing is written that cannot be unwritten.
On that, brother, you and the All-Father may just agree. Even if he can't prevent Ragnarok, he still hopes to learn enough details to influence the outcome. Remind me later to tell you about the wolves.
The wolves. Odin thinks he can beat fate and change Ragnarok, even though the serpent's already been through it. Father doesn't think much of fate either, another lie told by the gods. They have that in common. So these are pretty consistently a fight with a Valkyrie, huh? Kind of hoped for some cool, like, puzzle chambers. That doesn't seem to be the goal at all. Pretty straightforward. Ride the elevator, get some story, fight the boss. The horns seem to be moving a bit. Hello. What do you mean a lot of Draug around here? Isn't he the only one? Your level matters not. Level 7, do not care. Although him being level 7 makes me worried about the fight I'm about to walk into. Yeah, that's what I thought. These attacks have separate cooldowns. Important. You're not a Valkyrie. I was wrong.
Look here.
But I think it might be the very next room.
Huh. Interesting. I may want to write that down.
A thief's testimony. To the next poor fool to find this place, you'd be wiser to flee than to brave the dangers within. But count yourself lucky. I came before you to unwittingly free the prior occupants, and die a fool in the process. I came for treasure and found only death on wings. I tried to step out of the realm, but she just wouldn't let go. It tore most terribly. The tree bleeds for my foolishness. Her magic will surely ripple through this realm for ages, tearing at its fabric, and for what? I am dead, and she's escaped just the same. Why did I fight it? Fool, fool, fool. My only My only solace is her jailer followed close behind. To Muspel it might have been, or Niflheim. Either way, she'll be caught, though they'll need a new prison. I've ruined this one. The Lindworm comes for me. Whoa. I thought we'd get past this door and fight the Valkyrie next, but it sounds like maybe the Valkyrie escaped this particular prison and is now somewhere else, other than where Odin imprisoned them. Niflheim or Muspelheim. What? Oh, it's one of you guys. Oh shit, level 8? You're level 8. It matters not. Pure essence of the realms. It's kind of the inevitable test that they have to face, is are they of sufficient durability and threat or evasiveness that they can completely avoid or survive all of my cooldowns? Because if I see something strong enough, I'll just blow every single cooldown, and they better be strong enough to live through that, or it won't matter. The Heart of Svartalheim adds a very small amount of constant health regeneration. Stacks up to 5 times max. Ooh. That's nice. Constant health regeneration is super nice. It means that between fights, my health will always eventually max out. Which means I can more reliably start fights with full health, which just means I don't have to worry about whether or not there was another little greenie orb. Because, probably hasn't happened that much lately, but a while ago there was definitely a lot of instances where... Sorry, I just wanted to, before I left, listen for the bird that's usually here. It hasn't happened lately so much, but early on there was a lot of bad times where just I'd win fights, but I would just keep taking damage, and then eventually I'd be enough fights deep with just too little health, and it was kind of a problem. And then I'd just get one shot at the beginning of the fight. Yeah, this is the one that's still full of blues. I've got a lot of purples all of a sudden. Such options. Chance of giving you defense whenever damage is taken. But also some of these are just actually worth stats too. Still, this was already 7/7. So all of these are actually worth fewer points overall. This one could be a lifesaver though. Hopefully. Alright, well that's why I came back here. Nice that it worked out. Could very well be I'm strong enough to deal with whatever. Oop. Might be strong enough to deal with that encounter I failed at before. Home. Fitting. Kind of surprised that Brock's shop isn't one of the first ones listed. Gotta look forward a little bit in the list, considering it started off being my only choice, and it's kind of still the central hub. Are we all out of stuff to talk about? Aren't you gonna ask about the wolves? I assume you're talking about the wolves that devour the sun and the moon. Which is pretty fucking metal, honestly. That's an interesting explanation for time travel, by the way. The idea that pausing time doesn't stop the wolves, apparently. Curious why they're so exempt to the idea. That definitely means you have like a finite... Assuming that the wolves are traveling at a set amount of time, and the sun and moon are, they're all sitting at set speeds, then every time you freeze time, the wolves get a little closer, until finally you've frozen time too many times and you doom the universe. If that is how any of this works.
Sure, I'm open?
You do have the steel for it. The question is, do I want that, or do I want to try to craft... These are all magma. And traveler. And these are just straight up made of silver, surprisingly. Huh.
Okay, if that'll hold you for now.
Grants a health burst on any successful attack, axe hit. It's tempting. Oblivion Stone. Eternal Frost. So is that all I can spend Asgardian Steel on? This is what I get for defeating Valkyries? Seems like it. Seems like it can't be used for anything else. I haven't found anything else. Now we need perfect Asgardian Steel. Oh. That's gonna be an expensive one. 25 Dust of Realms. Huh. Well, it's already level 7. Shouldn't be too surprised. New Atreus armor? So I got this goddamn hard steel. Then I can finally get him some purple equipment, which will have 3. That's pretty good. 3 characteristics.
Oh, you make up your mind?
If I remember correctly, green had 1, blue had 2, purple had 3. There's no other thing. You can't trick me. Let's see if I'm finally high enough to crush whatever kicked my ass before. Because if there's a rift on the map, that means I tried it and then ran away. And I'm kind of decked out now. And I've got these guys. So that's fun. Whoa, loading. Oh, look, wow. Oh yeah, you're what I just fought, but weaker. Oh, but there's more than one of you. God damn, you do a lot of damage. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, I can see why I had trouble. We'll try this one more time. Oh my god, I'm almost dead already. I didn't even notice that I got hit.
I can't yet.
No.
Well, this is a fine mess.
Nope. I'm just too garbage at fighting these guys.